Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well today. Today's video is going to be somewhat somber yet reflective, and I apologize that you're going to be staring at my keyboard the whole time. I just don't feel like looking into the camera right now, so I apologize, but it is kind of pretty looking, so don't mind that and stay tuned. Half the nation is under this mass psychosis from this fear propaganda, and the other half the nation is a bunch of conspiracy theorists. And to them, it really doesn't matter if it's half and half, if it's 60-40, if it's 70-30. It doesn't matter as long as there's a divide, as long as there's groups and factions of people against each other, pit against their own mankind. They've divided us based on race, they've divided us based on gender, they've divided us based on our political ideology. They've divided us based on our religion, they've divided us based on mask or no mask, they've divided us, and that's their ultimate goal. They never wanted everyone to hop on with this campaign. They never wanted everyone to comply. They never thought that everyone would give in to the propaganda techniques. They knew it would create divide, and it doesn't matter how that divide happens, as long as it happens. And let me tell you, they have been successful. Their ideology, their plan, is divide and conquer. They've done a very good job at dividing us for years and years. I'd say many, many years, but in the last 4 to 6 in particular, there's been a ton of division. This is the United States of America, and we have been anything but. Now, we keep on hearing, and I have posted, and other people that have similar channels have posted about, well, everyone's just going to quit their job. The truck drivers are going to go on strike. The nurses are going to go on strike. Everyone's going to quit because of these mandates. And my first thought was, that's great. People are standing up for their rights. We're going to stop the system in its tracks. We're going to, put our foot down and stand up to the man. But then I thought, we're playing right into their plan, because what happens when, for example, the nurses strike? Well, nurses and doctors are gone, and people can't get the proper health care that they need. People who are getting sick will die. People who should be going to the doctor for their cancer treatment or to get that spot on their back checked out, that pain in their lower abdomen, they're not going to the doctor, so they will get sick and die because the doctors can't take them in because they are overwhelmed. What happens if the truck drivers stop driving, or the people stop unloading the containers at the ports, or the train drivers stop driving because of the mandates? They put their foot down, they're showing the man. Well, the whole system starts to crack. One chain in the link of this fragile supply chain and fragile society, this first world that we're living in, this first world culture that we're living in, is so fragile, and one little link in the chain can break the whole thing. And what we're going to be doing by putting our foot down and standing up against the mandates is shooting ourselves in the foot, really. Because the supply chain stops. People aren't getting paid, for one. If you quit your job, you're not making money. And then food's not getting to the grocery stores. And then the people, the everyday people that we're trying to stand up for, are the ones who will suffer. People will go hungry. People will start to panic. Chaos will ensue. And out of chaos, they will bring in their new order.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
And that is the plan. They're going to use us under the guise of standing up against the man, standing up against the mandates, under the guise of standing up for our rights. We're going to do exactly what they want us to do and destroy the fabric of civilization. They don't even need to do it. We're going to do it to ourselves. We need to look carefully at the decisions that we make and make sure that we're not playing right into their plan. So what happens when people are hungry and sick and tired and unemployed and worn down because society as we knew it, this comfy, cushy society as we knew it has just crumbled? What happens when people are in that weak and hungry and tired state? Well, they'll do just about anything to get things back to where it was, or any kind of semblance of normalcy, and we've seen that. We've seen what people will do in the attempt to get back to normalcy. Although we know that nothing's going back to normal, we've seen the hoops that people will jump through to get back to normalcy.
Absolutely. These new CDC guidelines that were announced this week advise no gatherings of more than 10 people for the next 15 days. You've said we can do anything for 15 days, but give it to us straight. Isn't this going to be longer than 15 days? How long do you think people should expect to be at home, essentially?
Well, what you're talking about is our 15 days to stop the spread initiative. We're telling people that we really want them to avoid gatherings of 10 or more. We want them to avoid any unnecessary travel.
Contrôlez vos passes sanitaires, s'il vous plaît. Voilà. Avec une pièce d'identité, s'il vous plaît.
Well, when people are starving and their kids are hungry and their kids are crying and they're desperate, they will do almost anything when the government says, "I'm here to help you." So just remember, when we're standing up for our rights, to make sure we're not playing right into their hands. So I would like to say that if you took any offense to anything in this video, I apologize. But to be honest, the time for offenses is over. We're too easily offended. And I'm just giving my opinion with a few facts. And if it offends you, then so be it. I guess the point of this whole video is just to get people thinking, because there aren't only 6 sides to a dice. There's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sides that you can't see, and you always need to be questioning things, because just when you think you have it figured out and you've seen all the sides of the dice, another side appears out of nowhere. And I think it's healthy to question things, and I think it's healthy to not only question the mainstream narrative, but question the counter to the mainstream narrative. And then, of course, what goes along with that questioning is praying, because you can question all you want, but if you don't have discernment and you aren't in prayer about it, you will never see all the other sides of the dice. Give me any kind of comments or feedback down below, because I'm very interested to hear everyone's point of view on this. I always learn something new or find a new perspective every time I read the comments, and hopefully you guys are reading the comments too and talking amongst each other to learn new things. I honestly think you guys are some of the brightest people in the world. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming by again, and if you're a new person here and you've never seen my channel before and you just happen to stumble upon this video, please like and subscribe and share and all that other stuff that you're supposed to tell people to do. I always appreciate it. And generally my channel is about prepping, so if you're new to prepping and you need some advice, some tips, that kind of thing, you can watch all my other videos and learn a little bit about it. Otherwise, guys, have a good rest of your day. Keep praying, keep prepping, but remember, do not prep too much, because prepping too much is now against the law. I'm just kidding, but apparently it's a red flag. So don't prep too much, just prep enough. I'm sorry, I really couldn't help myself with that one. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.